Alright. I'm curious to see how this is gonna work. I wonder if my voice sounds different to y'all. We are ready to go. I think I'm supposed to be playing as Edgeworth in this one. Because he's on the cover for this episode. But we're doing part 1. Oh, we're already in the trial. I like that. I like when it starts in the trial. The trial is the best part. Like, they do such a good job at building anticipation. I don't know. This is a goated game, bro. It's just a really good game. The fuck? You got a bridge. 2 people on the bridge. There's a gunman. Alright. This guy kind of looks like me with a short hair. Shut up! Come closer! I'll kill her! I'll come closer and I'll kill her. Sorry. But you're not going to get the chance. Is that Mia? Ooh. That must have been Mia. Turnabout beginnings, by the way. Oh, this is an aura pick right here, bro. I'm reading through the files of the old... It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Fugitive data. Terry Follis. Charged, kidnapping, murdered, sentenced, death penalty. Damn, why does dude look like, I don't know if I got his name. After escaping Flawless, met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain, about 8 hours. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had... That was the whole year before Mia and I ever met. Like, don't auto do this. If you're not going to talk, let me read what's happening. 6 years earlier, Mia Fey first trial. I was curious because they showed her second trial. I'm like, where the first one at, dude? So we're playing as Mia. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm a lot more nicer than I was the last couple times, so hello, welcome. You gonna leave too? Okay. February 16th, 9:24. I'm gonna drink some more beet juice. Hold on. It tastes pretty good. I don't know why it's so low coming through my headset, but I guess it's better than how loud it could be, right? Like, is my headset just scuffed? Well, I'd just go to 2. Let's do 2 for today. And if it's way too loud, we'll change it. Let me know if it's too loud. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Ah, hell no. Yeah, you did it. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing. I swear I didn't kill nobody. Terry Follis. It makes you want to say flawless, but that's not what it says. My first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago and now a prison escaping. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. You did it. But Mr. Follis, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do nothing. I never killed nobody. Do you have Tourette's? Why do you keep saying that? 073D. Let me look at the court record. I can look at this. Valerie's autopsy report. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. So what did that gunshot have to do with anything? Terry Follis, my client, since... Okay, we read that. She already said it. Valerie Hawthorne. Where do I know Hawthorne from? Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, Dahlia Hawthorne. She was at the beginning. I knew someone named Valerie. She was so beautiful, bro. She did not like me. I like that. I liked her though. Oh, I liked her. Police officer and the victim, the key witness in the case against Fallis 5 years ago. Okay. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Yeah, I'm really, really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, so I was tricked, I tell you. But I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I wonder if Dahlia was the one who actually did it, and her older sister protected her. Sister, yes. I don't know. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. Dude, I do not. I'm sorry, bro. I just don't believe you. I don't believe you. How do I sound? I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. Okay. We're good. We're good. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered by the police, or before the police could recapture him. Whoops, that was a crazy misread. The police believe that Terry Fallis did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? You not helping, bro. Stop fucking looking away from me and look at me. Actually, don't look at me. What is going on with your face? Yeah, I did it. I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet the victim. But I didn't kill her. I mean, if she helped him escape, why would he kill her if he's telling the truth? She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. This is what you look like, huh? I don't... He's alive in current day, so I thought he might have been Marshall's brother, but that's just me assuming. I don't know, other than him being Godot, I don't know anything else about him. But he has some sort of issue with Phoenix, and I never understood why. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossbird? Ha, that old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. This is Godot. Why do you call himself Godot? Don't know. I didn't say. So Diego Armando, the finest attorney in Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me? No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody, who I won't mention, he's under rotation as a genius since beginning his law career. Is it gonna be, it can't be Winston Payne. It can't be him. She must be going against Edgeworth. Genius. Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. Is it gonna be young Edgeworth? A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's why my client ran away from... Oh, that's where my client went away from. Dude, I'm dyslexic as hell, bro. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, He sounds, dude, he don't sound like this. I didn't do it, I didn't kill it. There's no way he sounds like that, but I don't believe you. Just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. You gotta sound like this. This is what you gotta, like, you can't, childlike voice. You lying. It's Edward. Oh, God. Hey, go ahead and pack it up, Mia. It's not looking good for you. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Fallis. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution will, or has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about. Now, is this the same judge that we have later? Or did this judge get killed? Or retired? It would be really interesting if he got killed. I think. Is that fucked up? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Mia, you can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now that the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago he escaped from a police wagon, is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. Okay. So we're here to determine if Mr. Fallis was responsible for her death. You got it, kitten. Stop fucking calling me that, bro. You're pissing me off. Do girls like to be called kitten? There's no way that's a thing. Like, I'm not a female. But I feel like I would feel some type of way if someone was calling me a kitten. Maybe I'm being dramatic. But me personally, I wouldn't like that. Well, then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Fallis, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. Holy shit! You killed a little kid? What the fuck is wrong with you? You fucking hoe-ass. Are you serious? I know you fucking lying, bro. You crazy. A truly horrible crime, I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. By the end, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony? So Valerie was the one who shot, huh? It couldn't have been Mia. The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Fallis at the scene and later testified against him. So he's still a criminal, I guess? But here's what probably happened. She probably stabbed him in the side and fell off the bridge. That's my guess. I don't know. And then, maybe she doesn't die. Then she comes back and then kills Valerie. That would be crazy because Valerie figured out she didn't die. That'd be a crazy ass twist. She arrested Mr. Fallis at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Fallis throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Most bodies. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. The policewoman you just mentioned, that'd be exactly the victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, and with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now, huh? Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. The hell? Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice, or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edward, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. There is no way it's still Gumshoe. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe. Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of this case. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're real gorgeous. You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously, my heart is aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up for contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran of the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. On the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. Okay, so he had both sides kind of blocked off, I guess. And he thought he could run away, but they were on the opposite side of the bridge, too. I see. Dusky Bridge map. Bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River. Damn. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for your morning tea. Trust me and get ready. Does he drink tea right now and then he drinks coffee later? Is that what's happening? Or is he the brother of Godot? Nah, no way. Summary of the incident. On the day of the incident, oh wait. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Follis. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into her car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Follis was arrested at the police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. That must be everything. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. Okay, he's drinking coffee. I'm not trembling, it's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright? Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. Ha, you got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. Okay, Mia, stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. She has a Makatama around her neck, but hers is blue instead of green. And it's not in the court record, so we can't use it. But then again, it's just a trial. Press them on everything. I didn't get warned like Edgeworth did, so I can press him on everything, I think. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Unknown person. So, saying it's unknown, how do we know it's our boy here? What's his name? Terry. Terry? Move, Terry. Okay, here we go. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Follis. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She let them know about her phone call with Mr. Follis. A note? Yeah, a top secret memo that she left on her desk. I know Mia's the main character, but I wonder if I should try like a feminine voice to voice her, specifically. Victim's note, confidential police materials written by the victim. According to this note, it seems that the one who called her on the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Follis. Huh. Whose bright idea? I'm gonna try it. Let's go. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Huh. Looks like the judge isn't even, or is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask the question if you don't already know the answer. That's the detective's fault. He's the one. Oh wait, that's their voice now. It's the detective's. Is that detective's fault? He's the one that said unknown person. He did say that. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? That cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Follis. Usually whenever Gumshoe goes first for the testimonies, there's no reason to present anything because you're getting all the details from him through his testimony. So we're just going to keep on pressing. A bridge at the mountains? But why meet there? Because it's a very important place To the defendant, that's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusty Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Wallace. Returning to the scene of the crime, how nostalgic. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah. We were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, don't move. We've got you surrounded. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Wallace, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I had noticed her earlier, maybe she'd be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. That's interesting. Yeah, why would she... See, and that's why I'm thinking that her sister is involved. Because remember in the first case for this specific Trials and Tribulations, whatever, Dahlia had already got away with the crime. And then she killed one of the detectives investigating her. And I think she killed the dude right next to me. I don't know. The criminal stuffed her body into his trunk and tried to make a getaway. Wow. It's not looking good for Terry right here, bro. Mr. Wallace had a car then? Well, the bridge is the way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Well, if you play Grand Theft Auto, you probably don't really care much for them. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo from stolen car's trunk. Oh, shit. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Of course not, bro. What are you talking about? Crime photo, a photo of the trunk of Wallace's car. The victim. She was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. Interesting. The condition of her body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? So he added this to his testimony. Okay. So usually they say, please add that to your testimony. They just kind of casually did it right there. I kind of like how they did that. You should do that more. So obviously we're just going to press on it. Alright. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. Nothing? I would say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole the car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says, sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Okay. Mr. Wallace was arrested at the police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. I have to read his voice a little bit. Kinda got stuck. That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set the checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Wallace might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later, Mr. Wallace could have slipped right by. Listen up, kid, and there's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly, and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun? No, it's not. Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever-famous contradictions. I'm sure hope I can find some of those. So he's got a contradiction in here. Okay. This one wasn't it. We know that. He elaborated, he explained it was Terry on the phone. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the Dusky Bridge at a designated time and met with Mr. Wallace. And that's where she was brutally murdered. Criminal stuffed her body into his trunk of his car and tried to make a getaway. Here's a photo of the trunk, but we don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway. It said there was no blood because he was wearing a very thick coat. Let me examine the photo a little bit more if they'll allow me to. The only thing I see that's weird is if you look at the keyhole where they would like put the car key in to open the trunk. Because I would assume that either the car key would be inside the car or it would be on Terry. It wouldn't have to be broken up like that, like at the top there. Because if he put it in the trunk, why would the trunk lock? You know what I mean? They never said they had to pop open the trunk though. But maybe that's the trap that he's talking about. It's definitely this, though. This feels like a giveaway. Because they added this to the testimony, so... Hold on, let's save. Because I really don't know, honestly. Like, some of these trials, dude, like, you can just kind of go. Like, the last one, I feel like I was just killing it. I had a good grip on things. But I really don't know. What are my options? It's got to be this statement. I was thinking this, but they could easily just have used something to pop it open if they didn't have the key. You know, that's pretty reasonable. I actually never read the victim's note. Okay. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Wallace, 4 p.m. That bridge. Wear a right scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Alright, I knew Dahlia might be involved. I was guessing that. She's saying that Flawless is to wear a white scarf. So that's not it. Talk to Dahlia seems to be the interesting thing. Because where the fuck is Dahlia, you know? What does it have to do with anything? Wear a white scarf for identification. Is she also wearing a white scarf? That's a lot of stuff in this note is missing. You know? I'm gonna go with the note. I don't want to overthink it. I mean, if we get it wrong, I saved, so I mean, we only pressed so much, right? I almost used the fucking bridge. Whoops. I have no clue why this is right. You're a big old hand. That is her hand the size of mine? What the fuck? God damn. My hands aren't that big. Witness. We fucked up. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot. Wait, I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. That is, this is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. Grr, you should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Said a little kid and want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Come on, man, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Sodium chloride. Well, then I suggest you take another look at this note written by the victim. Note? It very clearly says wear a white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. I have one simple question for you, detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, I didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped here? You should have looked for it. The caller... Oh, wait, that's Gumshoe. The caller told her to wear it to identify herself. So I'd expect she did just that. Okay, that's... Hold on. I'm so confused. So is it saying that he's the one who said something? When it says flawless, it's not flawless, comma. He's saying that I'm the one. Okay. Dude, that shit threw me all the way off. That first part is what fucked me up. Well, Miss Sedgeworth, what do you have to say about this? And this is the trap that I was warned about. I see that the defense is still a little lacking. The scarf you were searching so desperately for. Is this the one perchance? Huh. Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all my pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. The hotshot sure has a flair for dramatic. It's not exactly white. Yeah, it's not. It's blue. Okay. It's not exactly white as the caller requested. As you can see, it's close enough for it was intended for. Okay. That dried up blood or dirt? I can't tell. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Okay, there goes that. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding the scarf the whole time. Why does he see the thing that's confusing about Edgeworth is like, okay, you hid the evidence, and then I bring it up, and then you have it. Okay. Why do you tell me about the evidence? Is it to like throw off your opponent? Like I already looked at this scarf. There's no reason for you to use this for anything. I don't know what his logic is with that. Because it never, at least in my experience with Edgeworth, it never works. He always ends up losing. The court will now accept the scarf into evidence. Scarf worn by the victim at the time of the incident, found on Dusky Bridge. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Or would I like to wrap around this scarf around his swarmy little neck? I said swarmy, it's smarmy. I'm just looking at his fit. I don't know if it's anything different about it. I mean, I know he looks different because he's younger. I guess his fit is pretty much the same. Very good. Now, if we're done with the mud-covered scarf business, prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Follis did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving on his whim. Don't forget, Kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? The events on Dusty Bridge. I was worried my phone wasn't actually charging. Exactly, or actually, there is a witness. Oh my God, okay, lock in. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Who the hell is his witness? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Dahlia, but still. Why not just say who it was? But I guess it's just protecting her for, I don't know, undisclosed reasons. Looking at this photo, I really get the sense that the bridge is very high up. It's about 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was very, or a well-intentioned third party. You don't look like it was a well-intentioned third party, I'm just saying. Aha! A potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we have no reason to compel them to testify. I don't know about that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure how I feel about that either. Witness's photo seems to have been taken by the witness. Like, when would you ever have a court case where you have an eyewitness to a murder who took a photo? I guess you can see everything they saw because they took a picture. But a picture is a stationary, image. What they actually saw with their eyes can be completely different from what's depicted in the picture, right? So as you can see, Terry Follis had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Can you stop doing that? Not again. That's not fair. I haven't done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Here we go. I always like this background music. Okay, here we go. I guess we're gonna press everything that we normally do, and then we'll present the right evidence. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. A female college student? That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so But as an attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements, that is all. And what is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. Can you stop saying that? What's wrong with you? If you absolutely must hear a testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Tell us about the most decisive evidence in question. I read the wrong voice. It's okay. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. I forgot to press. The victim is wearing a scarf in the photo, alright? So about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. Or she was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Fan. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it. It's a cloud. What are you talking about, bro? No, Your Honor, no. I don't think it's a ghost. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Ha ha ha. Okay. Looks like a cold front just moved in. And crickets too. In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. Hearing him say that, like, okay, now we can say that she must have slipped and fell, but Mia's not going to take that. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed him in the back. Where's the murder weapon? Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Because it's not in the photo. Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Alright, why did they spell brutal like that? Is that like the English way of spelling it? Hold on. You gotta Google it. No, not Bruce Lee. Oh my god. Bro, it's just a type of dog. I guess he just said it that way. I don't know. Why did he do that? That threw me off. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does that mean that you pushed someone down like that once? This is mind-boggling tales, and the way he said it, brutal. I wonder if he's Canadian. Oh, that's what they're going for. Okay. Huh. Have your nasty look for the right person? Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you're spilling your coffee. The court record, huh? So he's basically literally telling me that I gotta present something on that fourth statement. Okay. That must have been when the scarf fell. Okay. press it anyway, see if we can get some more information. In other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am. The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too. Which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that still bothering me. The fourth statement. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do? Really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean? Of course I do. So little kid believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. So I think, maybe he's not the one who got killed by Dahlia, but he's mad at Phoenix for getting Mia killed, like not being able to protect her. That might be what he's thinking. Maybe the photo itself isn't supposed to be indicative of someone getting pushed in the back. It's just supposed to prove that they were both there. They met on the bridge. That's what that photo is probably for. It wasn't supposed to show the murder, because how could the person taking the photo know that a murder was going to happen? But him assuming that must have been when the scarf fell off doesn't make sense, because in the photo the scarf is still on. So why would he assume that it fell off here in this photo? Because it might have, again, they found it somewhere, but it's possible it didn't fall off, it just got taken away. You know? Because typically when a body falls into the river, it just goes, and they usually don't find it. So why would they find the scarf? You know what I mean? I don't know. We're going to save again and we're going to try it. A little bit of critical thinking going on here. See if that actually helps us. Alright, so we were wrongo. Was my first thought right? Hold on. Is it this? I mean, my thing is, I know she's wearing a thick jacket, as he says, right? And she gets stabbed in the back. Even so, there's no trace of blood at all in the trunk. There's also none on the scarf either. It's just mud. Dude, I don't know. Like, did I just use the wrong picture? It can't be the bridge map. No fucking way. We're gonna try the scarf if this doesn't work. Oh my god, it worked. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Oh, because her jacket's not wet. True, 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 true. If it was raining and how is her jacket not wet? Let me see the picture thing again. I think she had an umbrella, but umbrellas don't really help you. Oh, she didn't have an umbrella. She had a hat on too. You're not even talking about that, which is also missing. Interesting. Yeah, and fog too. Just a general soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the trunk. Considering the conditions of the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what is right, isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit? Okay. I gotta learn to read faster because they are like legit flying through these before I can even finish reading them. It's gotta be the jacket though, because the jacket isn't wet. Her hair not being wet kind of makes sense because she had a hat on, but everything else should be soaked. Actually, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there is nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on that bridge, and the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. Because the scarf was covered in mud too. I don't know about that. I would just say it should be wet, but that works too. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, in the photo, maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, because in the photo you can tell it's raining. But my thing is still, I feel like the jacket just looks way too clean in this. But it's a black and white photo, so I think actually right. Exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. He still sounds the same at least. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, what? Your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet but not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that, so your point is well taken. He said that because he's Canadian. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge? Huh? A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a normal woman. A real woman. Okay, lock in. It's gotta be the scarf, right? Because she had it on. If the scarf got muddy... the scarf could have got muddied if it like fell through and then hit like the ground all the way down, but it's right above water, so it would have to have hit the bridge. I guess is the point. Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. It's the scarf. It's the only thing that we have that's covered in mud. The evidence is the scarf. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge is obviously covered in mud. Got your ass. You're the one who brought this out too. See, that's what I'm saying. Why did he bring this out if he didn't want it used against him? No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Damn! Hey, same to you, buddy. Bimbo is crazy. You know what? I never actually knew what bimbo meant. I've heard it plenty of times, but I never knew what it meant. Bimbo definition. A bimbo is an informal or often offensive slang word. It usually describes someone who is Good looking but not smart. Ah, got you. Never knew that. Okay. This phase assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is why there is a contradiction. Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. Huh. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Okay. I see where this is going. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence is one of those three. Well, it's got to be her seeing the murder happen. What did you say just now? I'll make sure I like that. I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was this coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into the court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes. The false evidence in this case is the witness's testimony, I'm pretty sure. I can save? Here we go. Good, I need to. A lot of progress made. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that exactly what the witness claims to have seen? How can you shove someone from behind who's looking directly at you on a wobbly-ass bridge? Like, she could try to run. Okay, cool, got you. How are you catching up with her with a ball and chain on your leg and then pushing her down and stabbing her in the back? It just doesn't seem to make sense, but he's already moving crazy, stealing cars and shit too, so maybe he can. It's a cartoon. Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. Huh. Not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Exactly. Your Honor, the defense request to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from this court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. Prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? There she is. Is she going to show up in the last case too? I would like that. I love the full circle if that happens. Everyone is so silent that I can't hear their words going pitter-patter. Their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double and a dozen donut holes. What? Huh? I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. What is wrong with you, dude? Hey, not so fast. As I said before, Lynn's is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. This lady crazy as hell. I remember her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You have a true gentleman. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man. He's such a gentleman. He sure doesn't act like one to me. He called you a bimbo. Sir? Huh? Yes, my dear. This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Your Honor? Your Honor? May we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo? Is that accurate? Sorry. How can you be so mean? Now, see here. What are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. I don't like the turn this is taken. She's staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Faye. I see. So you are... Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Are those supposed to be chrysalis butterflies, or they're just blue? The witness's photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they just started fighting. That's when I heard and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. There's no crucial moment in this photo, you clown. What are you talking about? They're just fucking standing there. What is she talking about, bro? By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be a help here. I was sitting right over here. I was sitting in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, eh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edward asked me to. Damn, I gotta drink water. Goodness. Okay. Ho ho ho. What a cute camera, just like its owner. Camera Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this small, powerful model. Alright then, Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. So, am I going to lose points every time I press her? Is it going to be like the last case where I have to pick and choose when to press and when not to? That's probably what this is. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Okay, let's just be nice to her. Can we do that, Mia? Did you say wildflowers? Yes. The mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, couldn't wait for spring to come. Oh, now I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew up improperly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Did I notice there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge? Okay, reasonable. Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl, I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them. Like some kind of peeping Tom. Not at all, everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too, in fact, I can't get enough of it. Okay, dude. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. Okay. Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly normal, or perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Suddenly they just started fighting. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. No. Wait. Okay, we're good. I would never eavesdrop. I got more class than that. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Okay, we got lucky right there. That's when I hurried and took the photo that showed the crucial moment. See, that doesn't make sense because in the photo there's no crucial moment happening. We can just ask her what crucial moment she's referring to. Why'd you take that photo? Take a photo. Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Sounds like a lie to me. Yes, I completely understand. Or I understand completely. The same thing. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still want to... This guy's killing me, bro. I still want to use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So he wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it was any bearing on this. All I could do was to use... What? All I could do was to use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. He never said what that crucial moment was, bro. Doesn't make sense. And right after that, I called the police. You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our own operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? If Terry Fallis isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Call 911 Egg 3? What? Long time no see? I do not remember you, sir. I apologize. But welcome to the stream, though. I don't know why your message doesn't pop up on YouTube, but I see it on the PlayStation. So I gotta just keep an eye out, I guess. Be careful, kitten. The girl has a judge wrapped around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You're going to have to come up with something really good, Mia. Oh, yes, you're the name that I had to learn to say. Okay. This is like a second account, or did you just change your account name? Also, I'm pretty sure it was the fourth statement, right? Is that the one I was thinking? Just gotta get over there. That's when I heard and took the photo that shows the crew. Yeah, exactly. Oh, same account. Nice. Okay, what's up? I don't know what your profile picture is. Like a little white stain or something. Yeah, it's gotta be this. It's gotta be this. It's an island? What island? Witness. When you said you took a photo of a crucial moment, is this what you meant? Or all I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testify that you saw the two of them started fighting, or started to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Disappointment Island? That sucks. I mean, I guess that's funny, but it also kind of sucks. And kind of worries about you a little bit. I don't really know you, but it just kind of, I don't know, just sounds sad, I guess. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo we presented was the only one there was. So if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, so what happened next, you must have taken a photo of it. Oh, exactly, Your Honor. Wake up, bro. My apologies, young lady. Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. You can certainly downplay a situation, or you can certainly downplay a situation, can't you? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. Can you stop saying that? You creep me out. Because I'm reading her voice this way, and it just makes me feel weird. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film. Or the photo was the last one. What? How convenient. Well, she was taking the flowers, so I guess, taking pictures of flowers, so I guess you could say, well, eventually it ran out of, you know, film. Unfortunately, that was the truth. Also, I'm pretty sure this is going to lead to us saying that she did it because of what she did in the, because she did it according to the case from the very beginning. But how far away is she? That says 5 yards. So she was right by where it says Eagle River, but in the green. She was super duper close to the bridge. And seeing as to where the getaway car is, that doesn't make sense though, because if she did it, she would have had to have stabbed her sister. Which there's no way she did that, right? Because her name's Dahlia Hawthorne, not Melissa, she's saying here. Yeah, Melissa Foster, whatever, dude. Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers. So she really was taking a picture of flowers, okay. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. Okay, yeah, it is a little tripod attached to it, so it makes sense. So you took the photos yourself? Of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. Yeah, I don't want to hear that, I don't think. It seemed like Mrs. Faye's surgeon was not so decisive after all. Wait just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about the different sort of photo. Photos of the instant that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Okay? Yes, Mr. Judge. Well, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Huh. It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. Are these... Okay, wait a minute. What? What? Huh? Oh, okay. She changed the last two statements. Okay. The victim turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. Dude, I was so thrown off. I was like, why are we going back to testimony and what's different about it? Because I didn't know what to do. Okay, the last two statements are different, so we're going to press both of those. The victim? Why do you think she tried to run away? With the police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back to a criminal. This is a very large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quaggy man like you, or a quaggy woman like you, quaggy? They be teaching me some shit, bro. I'm picking up on some stuff. What the hell is quaggy? Hold on. Probably just means scrawny, but we're gonna figure it out. Soft, wet, and spongy like a marsh, bog, or quagmire. Okay. Got you. That makes it funny that quagmire has his name, because it implies that he's soft, even though he's always horny. That's kind of, I guess, a little play on words right there. If it had been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Quaggy? Why you... If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. There's still something wrong with the testimony. Okay? She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. That's not right. That's not right at all. Because if that 5-yard thing is right, let me see. She couldn't have gone anywhere because the freaking bridge is broken. Doesn't even make sense. Maybe she couldn't tell, but even if she couldn't tell, she's still wrong. How can you even say 10 yards? Why did you even throw that number out there? Well, okay, dude. You're making me upset. So you're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge and it was swinging back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her. Seems to make sense. I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off. Huh. Does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, and that's when you need to figure out why. If Cherry Flaws isn't a criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Okay, so now we're doing the same thing again. Okay. Now, they added two new statements. Which one do we need to present on is the question. I'm feeling like the fifth statement because she's talking about 10 yards away. There's nowhere she could have ran because in the bridge, as I said, it's broken. Where the fuck is she gonna go? Die? Like, come on, what are you talking about? I should have saved, but we got it right, so we're good. Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just... Miss Spay, I thought I warned you not to make this witness cry. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were two contradictions. It's simple. Just take a look at this diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have even ran 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Wow! Why don't you let you got hit by a hurricane, bro? What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. Why are you lying, though? It's beautiful. The young lady has been lying to the court? Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? I'm guessing this diagram is... because he keeps setting traps. I'm guessing this diagram was taken when the initial killing happened, but the bridge has been fixed ever since. That's what they're going to say. Now, that makes sense because looking at the photo, why would she meet him on the bridge and be facing away from the collapsing side? Why would she trap herself like that? That'd be really stupid. So it must have been fixed, is what this is going to go to. What are you referring to? It's all because the diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying... I'm saying that even though the bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous. You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Liar. Ha, that guy is good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. The diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward. Oh, Miss Faye, it seems you have once again made a reckless accusation. I'm so sorry. I should have been more clear myself. Careful myself. No. It's not your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? Is it the same one or a different one? But it's so hard to go on. Roll on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Unless you're about to lie by now, bro. Running from the crime scene. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms, and he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on the bridge or on the top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been very difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts his testimony, and it is as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Well, maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home and make a really good mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. Huh. That's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Faye. Your cross-examination, if you please. It's a contradiction staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe... Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. Right. She couldn't have fell over because she would have had mud on her. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. Now you say that. Okay, bro. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude. Well, young lady? Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. Huh. One step too slow. And then what did the defendant do after that? Then he carried her over to the car. Okay. You probably witnessed that? Yes. Did anything strange happen when you did that? Or when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not. But that's when the victim's scarf fell off. You mean this scarf? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it impossible for him to have carried a body on a bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. He had to have, because he got her in the back of the trunk. I'm pretty sure he carried her. I don't know if he killed her, but he definitely carried her. He probably tried to save her. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow. Why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Hey, Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. True. Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yeah, because he was trying to save her. Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. Surprisingly number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it's raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and channeling dojo there. You know those monks. They just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse would have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. I don't even know why I'm pressing this. And you're absolutely certain that it is my client who was carrying the body. Well, he was wearing the prison uniform, but as for his face, so you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent. You are a remarkably honest young woman. Something about the testimony is bothering me, but what? Hey, kid. Have you ever put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? Why not? Huh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well, after all. So you tried it. Nasty. Got any coffee drinkers in here? I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee. I like soda. So here's what I'm thinking. Look at this statement right here. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. That doesn't make sense because if he wanted the body to be hidden, he could have just tossed the body into the water. Because they were saying earlier that there were strong currents and the body would have just been taken away and it would have been hard to find anyway. Usually they don't recover them. So if he wanted to hide the body, throw her in the water. You know? Why would he pick her up? It doesn't make any sense unless he's just a big dummy, you know? I don't think he's that dumb though. I think he was trying to save her. So, I'm going to present the map because it's showing the water in the bridge or whatever, the Eagle River. I could be right, I don't know. The killer not wanted his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There's a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take a look at this map for the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edward pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware of the Eagle River, or are not aware, Eagle River is a well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall are never recovered. Ah. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit, it does seem not odd not to have thrown the body in the water. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, she claimed to be such an expert in ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witnesses told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who is he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best. So she's gonna change her statement again, I guess, right? Hold on. This is consistent. And he carried her over to the car. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Okay. So she must have changed statement 2 and 3, I think. Nah. This is definitely, the third statement is definitely different. Third statement is definitely different. So I'm going to press that. What did that man do then? Well, naturally he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when they came to the what? I skipped too fast. I didn't get to read it. Let me see if I can catch it in the stream. Well, naturally he got into the car. Oh, he was about to flee. Yep. That's when he came to a sense. That's when I came to my senses. Okay, I said to myself, I have to call the police. And so that's when you call the police? You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. That's not right. She couldn't have seen that, right? Because of the positioning on the map, that doesn't make sense. Right? So we just use the map again. This shit is carrying hard for us, but look. She said that she was surrounded by cliffs when she was taking the picture. And this cliff right here, you can't see the car. Yeah. And even more so, in the photo itself, you can see the cliff in the photo kind of obscuring anything else. You can only see right here with the camera. I'm going to use the photo, actually. I thought that might be stronger than the map. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what mistake? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there? You're saying what you saw, right? You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes. Yes, and? Simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at this diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Oh, I get it. I see what happened. She said earlier that the camera's on a timer. So what probably happened is, or the camera not being on a timer or whatever, she probably ran over and did the killing herself after the photo was taken. Also, maybe her sister or whoever this is, the police officer, she might have been the one on the left side, and Terry must have been on the right side. It must be reversed. That's another thing we gotta take note of. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of the rock is directly in the way. Huh? That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of the rock. However, it isn't too tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see the car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that doesn't wash. Or it just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location of the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge. But the outcropping that is being referred to is clearly more like a cliff. You called it a cliff earlier too. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No! Because she was up there, bro. She had the camera for an alibi. Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this babaloo? Or Bolly Blue. Your Honor, don't hold on. Don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The victim that the escapee fled in the stolen car was reported on the news. Oh, the fact that the escapee fled in the stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. She was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. As you said, Edgeworth, by the way. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I have me remember things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. To err is human? What are you talking about? I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? It's not fair. Huh. Save the tears for later, kid. Mr. Armando. Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Oh, kid, you need to relax. You need to remember the other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that the trunk that he broke into the trunk? Aha. Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of serious suspicious people in this side of the courtroom. True. He came. All she knows is that he came here in a car. She doesn't know that the car was stolen. And how did she know that he broke into it? She said that, and she couldn't. We already proven that she couldn't have seen it. But how did she know he broke into the car? Look at this man's face. Oh, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left in the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. Yeah, it's right there on the keyhole. I was talking about that earlier because I thought they were gonna say that like the police broke into it, but no. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken and open. Well, Miss Bay, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said is a contradiction in there somewhere. Why on earth would I say that she's good? Why would I do that? Miss Foster, Melissa Foster. It looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in the field taking photos of wildflowers? Even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally, I've got her. I finally got her. Huh. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. And perhaps it would be faster if Miss Flake explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was she put the corpse in herself. Ooh, I was not expecting that. But I think that's right, because she happened to be passing by. Fuck no. She is the owner of the car? No. It's this one. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes? What is it? Naturally, she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hit the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in that prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Fallis had been the one to put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means the key would have still been in the ignition. Yep. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we would have never uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Fallis that put the body in the trunk. No! Preposterous. To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs. Not a chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for why this may have not been pushed by Miss Foster herself. So it's on a timer, right? Yeah, it has a timer function. She said that earlier. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features is in it. Or it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it. Even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she brought the camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fang? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Ooh. Would the defense please explain it further? Listen, this is a crucial point. It's a crucial point. Lock in. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will almost make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Mr. Foster when the incident occurred? Right here? Yeah, she would have to be up here with Dahlia. Or not Dahlia. With the one who got killed, the victim. Because she stabbed her from behind. So she'd have to be up here behind her. But she took the photo beforehand because she's like, okay, I wasn't there. I couldn't have been there because this photo says I wasn't there. But she just wasn't in the photo yet. And then she was over here behind her. That's what happened. Bro. I hit present on nothing. What am I doing? Okay. Here we go. We're good now. Actually, the witness is right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, Miss Faye. What on earth? Your Honor, if I may. At the parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by the car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met with the victim. What? I'll ask the 9. Of course, Mr. Fawless met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Fawless. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valia Hawthorne. Ah. Yeah, because we can't really see who it is, to be fair. Her eyes are covered. Her hair is kind of hidden. She's got the white scarf. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess. I would have never thought that, though. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who in this victim, or is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Fawless met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Okay. Mr. Fawless himself believes that the woman in front of him was Valia Hawthorne. My dog's having a nightmare. But the defendant knew Valia Hawthorne very well. After all, she's throwing me off growling. After all, she was the woman who testified, or whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 years in federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? Ah, because the white scarf for identification, because you couldn't tell. I got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Fawless had forgotten what Valia Hawthorne looked like. because of the note right here. Or white scarf for identification, because he didn't know. He really didn't know. Talk to Dahlia. But that part doesn't make sense because on the note itself it says talk to Dahlia. And Valerie is definitely not Dahlia. We know who Dahlia is now, but in this case they don't know that's Dahlia. They think it's Melissa. So he knew who he was talking to. He knew who Dahlia was. But for the sake of the photo, she was dressed like her sister. Mr. Follis has forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Follis who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. It's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf, like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valia Hawthorne. Valerie. I said Valia. Valerie. Well, what do you have to say for yourself, Melissa Foster? No! And she fainted. Oh, she did faint. I was joking. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The real question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Huh. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well. This court is in recess. Well, that was pretty intense. A smooth 2 hours? Holy shit. So what's next? Is it going to tell us? Oh, we're still... Okay. I'm going to assume that we're going to finish this trial in 2 parts. So I guess tomorrow we'll end this. For now, I'll see y'all next time.